Hello everybody, welcome back to the Panel by Panel Comics YouTube channel with me, your host Jay. Today is my top 10 pulled comic books for the week of April 29th, 2026, so let's go ahead and get right into it. But before we get started, if you guys enjoy nearly daily comic book content, you've come to the right place. Go ahead and hit that like button and that subscribe button as well. If you enjoy comic book content such as my top 10 videos like you are currently watching, my panel by panel comic reviews that come out on Mondays, my new comic book day vlogs that come out on Wednesdays, and then my buy or sell videos on Fridays with shorts all throughout the week. Some books that did not quite make my top 10 but are definitely some notable comic books include Ultimates issue number 23, Uncanny X-Men issue number 27, Skinbreaker issue number 8, and then the one-shot Batman / Wonder Woman Truth, that is issue number 1. Now let's go ahead and get the top 10 started with my 10th place comic book. We have A Quiet Place Storm Warning. This is issue number 2. This is a 36-page comic for $5. We left off in the first issue seeing how the town of, I kind of forget what the little town is, Pearl, Iowa, has descended and has gone to craziness with the alien creatures coming over to Pearl, Iowa. They thought they were safe because they were so secluded on this little island. Well, turns out they weren't that safe, and it looks like the mayor, the sister of the brother fire chief that we met in the first issue, Fry, seems like she's started to actually understand the decision that she made was a bad one and that her community is in a worse way for it. It was a really good issue 1. Hopefully it can build up with issue 2. I have plenty of faith in IDW. I didn't like their Smile for the Camera issue 2. I think I'm going to enjoy this series a lot more since it's more of a story rather than Smile, which can get pretty repetitive over time. That comes in at number 10. Coming in at number 9, we have an Ignition Press book. This is Ripcord, issue number 3, 32 pages, $5. Cullen Bunn writes this one with Aneki Merienum doing the art. And this is the search for Dylan's sister. We saw at the end of issue 2 that she's being held captive with this man who looks like basically a monster. Kind of reminds me of the Hillbilly from Dead by Daylight, the Hillbilly issue number 1, if you remember me talking about that. And then also a sister that is kind of controlling and looks like she's controlling the brother to do her dirty work for her and is the leader of this group. Who knows? But we're going to continue with the growth. It looks like Dylan and Colby are going to hit the road and look for the bikers' hideouts after she just got done mowing all of them down with a minigun. That was really, really cool. But have Dylan and Colby bitten off more than they can chew. We'll see. The cover looks really cool. Looks like they might dive more into that cave system that we saw in issue number 2. Always good with Ignition Press. Cullen Bunn does a tremendous job with a ton of his series. Moving on to number 8, we have a DC book. This is Justice League Intergalactic Special, issue number 1. Written by Nicole Maines and Jade Z. Axelrod, and the art is done by Travis Moore. This is a 48 oversized comic book for $6. I really like that price point for how many pages you are getting. It seems like it is very fitting. This is titled A New Chapter of the All-In Act 2 Saga. This is a really big part of the new DC, I guess, All-In initiative. The planet Naltor and the Green Lanterns that protect it fall under the spell of the wretched Witch Queen, who harnesses the planet's dream energy in hopes of taking over all that lies beyond. But have no fear, Star Sapphire's assembled team of Justice Leaguers will no doubt liberate them all, except, well, Green Arrow sure does hate space, and Adam Strange's ship comes under attack before it even enters Naltoran orbit. And Galaxy invited her best friend and one of the League's most wanted, Dreamer, along on the mission without telling anybody, and Dreamer's visions seem to spell doom from the very start. Just when Star Sapphire thought she was getting the hang of her powers and the whole team leader thing, will this team of desperate dynamos figure out how to come together to win the day, or will they too succumb to the Witch Queen's all-consuming hive mind? So Witch Queen going to be pretty big in this issue. Dreamer as well, Galaxy, Adam Strange, Green Arrow. Pretty interesting because he's in space. Who knows how this is going to go? I'm looking forward to it. It will be on my buy or sell coming out on Friday. Justice League Intergalactic Special comes in at number 8 in my top 10. Coming in at number 7, we have 51. This is a Man Cave book, issue number 2, written by Kurt Pyers. The art and cover is done by Jock, who did the Joker, the Absolute Joker issue for Absolute Batman. The art is always going to be top-notch. This follows a father-son I guess, clash. The father and son don't get along very well. The father is the president, sends his son to Area 51, where he thinks is initially a prison, but then it gets overrun, and it's revealed that these prisoners that he started to get a friendship with are actually aliens. And everybody knows Area 51, they think it's controlled by aliens. Who knows? And we know that people back in, what year was it, 2022, planned to raid Area 51, and it didn't go well for a lot of them. But the synopsis for this says, the team investigates missing teens in a quiet northwest town where UFO sightings are the least of their problems. An old alien friend resurfaces, forcing Gore to confront the past he's been trying to drink away. What should have been a simple job spirals into mind control, moral compromises, and wildly irresponsible use of alien weaponry. Can't wait to read this issue. Coming out on April 29th. It comes in at number 7 on my top 10. Coming in at number 6, we have a new issue 1. This is Zatanna issue 1, 32 pages, $4. It is written and art is done by Jamal Campbell. This is Zatanna Zatara embarking on her greatest tour yet. As the newest and first Prime Magus in millennia, it is now Zatanna's sworn responsibility to oversee and guide the world of magic. All eyes are on her. How will she accomplish this grand task? How will she shoulder this heaviest of responsibilities? How will she confront the horrors waiting in forgotten histories? With a wink, a flourish, and a whole lot of magic, Jamal Campbell is back for an encore with the Mistress of Magic as she finally gets her own ongoing series. This is not a mini series. This is an ongoing. So you're in for the long haul, but this will be on my buy or sell coming out on Friday. So I'll let you guys know how I personally feel about this new series. It looks interesting. I've kind of read the little preview a little bit, at least skimmed through it. The art looks solid. I'm interested in what this story is going to be with Zatanna. I'm not the biggest fan of Zatanna, but I know she has a pretty, I guess, cult-like following all throughout the comic book fans. Interesting story coming out for DC Comics. Part of that all in Act 2 for this new saga. That comes in at number 6. Kicking off my top 5, we have Wrestle Heist issue number 5. This is 32 pages, $4. This is the finale for this mini-series. Wrestle Heist comes to its stunning conclusion as our pro wrestler heroes attempt to successfully complete their heist of their biggest wrestling show of the year. Can they get past the monster Fatu? Can they escape scot-free? Will they be wrestling? You'll have to find out. Kyle Starks and Vladimir Popov. It's time to snap into a mega fun finale. I can't wait. This has been one of the best and most underrated, series that I've read in quite some time. It's always good. It's comedic. It's heartfelt. You do feel for a lot of the wrestlers in this series, and I'm interested to see how they'll get out of the situation. It looks like everything's going wrong, but maybe we'll get some character development in this finale with Scott Sterling, also Ocho 8-Ball, Miho, the son 8-Ball. It's going to be really cool. Gravedigger, Beowulf, all the characters are really comedic but have their reason to be in this story. Kyle Starks, such a good writer. I've loved everything that he's been doing recently. Can't wait to read Wrestle Heist issue number 5. Coming in at number 4, we go back to Marvel. This is Punisher issue number 3, 32 pages, $5. Legacy number 282, written by Benjamin Percy, penciling done by Jose Luis Suarez Pinto, and the inker is Jonas Trindade. This is Warzone, Wilson Fisk, Tombstone, and now Jigsaw. The criminal element has its boot on the neck of New York City, suffocating it, strangling it with crime, drugs, and fear. But one criminal, the Punisher, is worse than all of them and eager to put the rest in the ground where they belong. We know Jigsaw, as of currently with this ongoing, is the overarching villain. He's trying to become the new kingpin of New York, the new gang leader, the one that is at the very tip of the top. I don't know if the Sentry is involved right now with this, because Kingpin is getting his ass beat by Sentry. He also has Ebola in that series. Don't know if that's relevant at all to what the Punisher is going through. We know that Tombstone is currently in jail and Jigsaw is playing mind games with him, buying out the police from Tombstone and starting to take all of his territory. Tombstone might have to play a little bit with Frank Castle. Maybe we'll get some Spider-Man. Maybe we'll get some just other New York heroes, Daredevil potentially. But Punisher has been really entertaining so far. I want a little bit more Frank Castle. I don't think I'm getting a whole lot of him because he's still dealing with that brain chip at the back of his head and he can't remember a ton of his memories. But so far, the Punisher has been solid. I have tremendous faith in Benjamin Percy to keep it going. And that's my number 4 book. Coming in at number 3, another Marvel book. We have Wolverine, Weapons of Armageddon, issue number 3, 32 pages, $6. This is the penultimate chapter on the road to Armageddon ends, and it ends with a bang. The shadows of David Colton's past are collapsing over Wolverine. The high-risk hunt for the newest weapon comes to a head as all the players are on a crash course with each other. Armageddon is coming, and no one is ready. In the words of Nuke, give me a red. We know Chip Zdarsky is writing this book with Luca Maresca on the art. It is kind of coalescing with Captain America on the road to Armageddon. It's this Wolverine book and Captain America are the only two Weapons of Armageddon event books that we are getting until we get to June with the overarching Armageddon series, also written by Chip Zdarsky. This has been a good series. I like the way it's going. I like the inclusion of these new characters. You can kind of see with the I don't even know what that is, that weapon that Wolverine or Logan is holding in his hands. That seems to be what this issue is focused on, and I can't wait to learn more about it and its powers and what its importance is to the Armageddon events. Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon comes in at number 3. Number 2, back to Image, we have Feral. This is issue number 22, 32 pages for $4. Written by Tony Fleecs, the art is done by Tone Rodriguez. The cats have been captured by humans. We saw the CDC come into this middle school. They captured the dog, I'm blanking on his name. We had a ghost interlude issue, and that was honestly, I think, a top 3 book for the week that it came out in, and I want to get this story going. Tony Fleecs and Feral has been tremendous so far, but we see that the CDC is running tests on Elsie and the rest of the Pet City refugees, but why? None of them are infected. Even worse, is it possible there is a murderer stalking the humans? After the shocking events of the last issue, anything might happen. Don't miss out on this. This is a huge book coming out this week. One of the best ongoings as in all of comics, in my opinion. I know it might throw you a little off that it's centered around animals. Don't worry about that. It's not that weird. It's so good. Tony Fleecs does a tremendous job with this series, and I can't wait to read it. That's why it comes in at number 2, but it's not quite my number 1. It's the first time that it's ever peaked at number 1 because it is kind of a slow week. We have Captain America issue number 10. 32 pages, $5 for this comic book. Legacy numbering 781. Written by Chip Zdarsky. Art is done by Valerio Schiti. United, they fall on the road to Armageddon. A shocking betrayal leaves Captain America's S.H.I.E.L.D. team at odds just in time for Doom's ultimate weapon to be dragged into the light. But it's not what anyone thought it was, and as an all-out feeding frenzy ignites between Salvation, Red Hulk, and S.H.I.E.L.D., it's up to Steve to get his hands on the weapon before it's too late. My prediction is that Alina Von Doom is not dead, and she's actually the one that betrays Steve, and it's Salvation and Von Doom, Alina Von Doom, teaming up to try to become the new leaders of Latveria. That's my prediction. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, but I can't wait for Captain America issue 10. Red Hulk, we know, is going to be a big part of the Armageddon event. I mean, he's literally on issue 1, the main guy for Avengers Armageddon. So it makes sense that we're getting him. We saw him teased at the last issue of Captain America issue number 9. I just read that literally 2 days ago. It was really good. It was close to being on my top pick of the week. It was number 2. But guys, let me know which book you are looking most forward to down in the comments. Remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on comic book content all throughout the week. And guys, keep reading those comics panel by panel and have a great rest of your week. I'll see you guys for New Comic Book Day.